Hi there folks, how you doing? I'm coming at you from a slightly different angle than usual today, i.e. down here. Usually I'd be up there and you'd see me enjoying one of the many sims that we all know and love. But I'm down here today because I want to talk to you about a piece of hardware which has maximised my enjoyment of all of those sims so much. And if you're used to my channel, you will have heard me make mention of my mate Pete. And we run servers together, we race together, been mates for years, and he's also a bit of a genius. I've seen this guy make an inlet gasket for a turbo out of an old beer can, and it worked. He's a genius. Now this bit of hardware is it's an odd bit of hardware because it's not actually hard. It's quite soft actually, because it's this, a seat cover. I know, right? Just a seat cover. This isn't any normal seat cover. If you look around the back here, it's got a wire coming out of it, and that is hooked up to 4 electric motors inside the seat. You can just about, if I try and point them out, you can just about see there's 2 there, and there's 2 at the back here. That wire goes to this little box which has an Arduino board in it, and that plugs into my computer via USB. There's a little power supply for it up there which plugs in just here and powers the board and the motors. That in conjunction with a wonderful piece of software called SimHub, which I'm sure if you're a sim racer you are very much aware of. If not, I'll leave a link to the website for that software in the description of the video. And well, basically it's a tactile seat cover, so think of it a bit like having several really small butt kickers on your seat, but without the need for any amplifiers, separate sound cards. Just the seat cover, plug it into this box, USB, off you go. Now it takes a little while getting set up through SimHub. You have to tell SimHub that there are 4 motors that are being controlled, and once you've done that you can go ahead and send signals to it. Now this will literally sit on top of your seat or your sim rig, and the first time I tried this out it was absolutely amazing. Sat down in it, driving around over curbs, or if I hit the grass, I'd feel it through these motors, and if I hit a curb on the left hand side of the car I'd feel it through the motors on the left hand side. If I hit the right hand side I'd feel it on the right. Absolutely brilliant. And Pete said to me, look, I want you to try this out. You like to play with things and sort of figure things out, so see what you can do with it. And you know, between us over communication over Discord, we figured out a few things, because originally I had it sitting on top of the seat. Now on this seat, this is the actual frame, but usually I would have these 2 cushions on there. But I thought to myself, what if I take those out and pop the seat, or the seat cover, rather than just having it over the seat, what if I had it right in here, and then these motors here, when I put these cushions back on, are right underneath. They're underneath me, they're underneath the cushions, but they're also jammed up against the actual frame of, this is a Next Level Racing FGT. They're jammed up against the metal frame, and obviously these motors are a lot smaller and not as strong as a butt kicker, but they're strong enough, believe me. But with them jammed up against it, it was then transmitting those vibrations all the way through the seat, all the way through the frame of the seat. And at that point it really felt like the vibrations were coming from underneath me, from underneath, as you'd feel in a car. Absolutely brilliant. And it's especially if I'm racing in VR, I can see all around me, then I've got the sensations coming from, feeling like they're coming from underneath the car. It's absolutely fantastic. And also, like I said, they're not as powerful as a butt kicker, but to have the same effect from a butt kicker you'd need 2 of them so you could have the left-right sensation. And also, even just one of them is a lot more expensive than this. A lot more expensive. Of course, you don't need the amplifier and the separate sound card, which you'd have to buy as well if you were using one of those. So it's an amazing piece of kit. It's really improved my enjoyment of The Sims. I feel like I couldn't be without it now. And me and Pete wanted to show you this to show you what could be done. Now, you need a bit of know-how. You need to know a little bit of soldering. And if you want any information on how to do this or costs, that sort of thing, leave a message in the comments, or if you see this on a forum that I've posted it on, leave a message in the forum, and we'll try and get back to you, and you can have a pretty low cost alternative to a lot of the tactile transducer systems that are out there. Like I said, it's not as powerful as those. It's a cheaper alternative though. But also, what we're now thinking of doing, because as I said, Pete knows that I like to play with stuff, and so I was mucking around with SimHub and I found a few settings that we weren't aware of. We found an ABS setting in there. I'm sure I'm well behind the curve on this, and you guys will know this, but you can control your ABS functionality. So what we've now thought is we're going to add another Arduino board in here and have more motors, maybe 2 more motors, possibly 8. But with just 2 more motors, there is a function in SimHub which gives you a thump when you change gear, and I get that. That's programmed to go through all of these motors. So we thought that we could have another motor which is attached to the back of my clutch pedal. So when I change gear with the clutch, I feel the thump through the clutch, and also for the ABS vibrations, when you get that, it's not usually through your seat, it's usually through the pedal that you'd feel that more. Obviously you will feel the vibrations in a normal car through the car if you really got a lot of ABS going on in a skid, but you definitely feel it through the pedal. So you can have another one attached to the back of the pedal, which the Arduino boards can control, and then possibly also in the back. We might even try and see if we can take these motors out of the seat and have them somehow bolted to the inside of the frame underneath these cushions that come with the actual frame. I won't take that off now, but there are holes in the foam underneath there where they could be mounted. So just wanted to show you that because Pete wanted to show people basically what could be done. So leave something in the comments. Feel free to ask anything you like. Please subscribe to my channel if you're finding these videos entertaining or useful. It would really help me out. And well, hope that's given you some ideas for a better sim experience. All the best.